Simpsons family, it's your girl C.
Indeed.
And as you know, we recently came back from Dee's 40th birthday for the Disney Wish Disney Cruise Line. Yay. How you enjoy your birthday, babe?
I enjoy it. It was the best.
See that? Your girl did a little something good.
Yeah. It was a really good birthday trip. I'll do it again.
Good. So we wanted to give you guys a quick rundown. Not so much as a review, but kind of sort of, because a lot happened with our embarkation, the muster drill, and the debarkation. Okay. Now, like I said in the previous video, when we did the Disney Cruise Line, Disney main sales, shopping haul, ain't many folks give us information about the embarkation, the muster drill, and debarkation. Okay. So we figured we'll give you guys a quick rundown of what we did. Hopefully it can help you guys. Hopefully this can be something there, like you can look back and say, okay, yeah, they did this, so let me do this, or let me do this differently, right? So I just want to help you guys out, give you a little tips, a little bit tidbit on exactly what you could do and what you should do, right? So first we're going to talk about embarkation. Babe, give us a little insight on embarkation.
Okay. So we'll start from the airport. We use the Disney ground transportation, which is where you can get on like one of their buses that they transfer you from the airport all the way to the cruise port.
Right.
The cost for that was about $45, and that's a round trip per person. I do recommend that, but basically we got off the plane, walked to the end of the terminal near the ground transportation, like where the rental cars are. And they had a check-in station where we can go ahead and check in at the airport instead of the cruise port. Right. And then once we're done with check-in, we just get on the bus. And then when we got off the bus, we went straight to the terminal, went through security, and then straight onto the ship to make any additional stops. So I feel like that was the best thing on embarkation day. Then we just got on the ship, and you can see in the vlogs, like when you walk onto the ship and they ask you for your last name, and they call you by your last name and introduce you to everybody on the ship in that area at that time.
Right. So let me give you a little bit of details when it comes to that embarkation scenery and that setup. When we got over there, now granted, we didn't know where we were going. Okay. So we just knew, okay, ground transportation. Let's just say it that way. We didn't know if there was going to be buses outside for us to get on. We didn't know there's going to be a sign that says anything. Now, granted, there was a sign with Goofy going like this or whatever. Yeah. We did get to see Goofy. That's how I recognize, because, you know, Goofy's my man. That's my boy. Okay, we go like this. But that's how I recognize, like, where we were going. And, you know, like he said, you know, they have a whole check-in there. They gave us a paper that gives you a Disney character on it to alert you on what bus to go on. So we had Genie. And so when they're like, Genie, we were like, okay, it's time to go. Now, it took us probably about a good 30 minutes to wait for a bus to come. Granted, we was so anxious, it felt longer than that. Like, literally was ready to go on that ship. But, like, it went by kind of smoothly. It took 45 minutes to an hour to get there. Now, like, you know, he did say it was 45 minutes. Oh, excuse me, $45 per guest to get on round trip. So it wasn't like we had to pay $45 to go and to come back. Now, that was a perk for me. Right. Granted, I didn't know about this till later because, you know, my husband, he take care of the finances like that, so I don't have to worry about that. But whatever. It's only $45. To go and come back.
Yeah, and I compared it to what it will cost, like, for different companies that would transfer you. Right. I also compared it to Uber and Lyft, and it was going to cost, at that time, it was going to cost about $30 to $40 for Uber there. But then I realized, like, coming back off this ship, I was going to have to pay that. Right. So, yeah, but only $45 for a round trip, I think, is really worth it.
Yeah, that's really.
And you're on a comfortable bus ride. It's actually a charter bus. Right.
So you have like your little TV. Now, granted, on the way there, it wasn't playing any Disney shows or anything like that. But on the way back, it was. It had Disney trivia, little Disney cartoons, very cute. I really enjoyed that. I can tell you that whatever you do, please don't put your lucky tags that you get in the mail on your luggage if you're going through an airport. You can easily get them things torn off. Yeah. like there has been plenty of times where I'll get my bag from my luggage claim, and the little piece of paper that you get, the little strip that you put on there anyways for it to get verified, it looks like it's been ate up. Like, what? Who wants to deal with that? And let's be real, like, that's what's getting you on the ship, like your actual luggage. You don't want that toe up. Please wait until you get to the airport and you done checked in. You got your little piece of your envelope that came in, because it comes like a week or two before.
And a nice card envelope.
Yes, it comes a week or two before you actually get on the ship. Make sure you have that in your luggage, like a carry-on or something. That way you can take it out, put it on there, and it's fresh. You do not want that tore up because, baby, I know it's going to hurt your feelings to go all the way there. And you can't take your luggage because that joint is not attached. Let's be real. Mickey is very strict on rules and regulations. You don't want to be going there with just what's in your carry-on. And that might be one pair of drawers. Let's be real. You don't want that. So I just suggest just waiting. Just waiting. Be patient. So Embarkation really wasn't that bad. Now, granted, let's talk about that terminal. Baby, if you're plus size, we're going to talk about that next video. Ooh.
Now, granted, usually Disney have two terminals, so we didn't. The Wish was not docked at the original terminal, right, which everybody, when we got there, they were like, "Oh, the original terminal is shorter," but we were at like their second terminal. Right. I don't know which terminal. I can't remember which one it was, but it's one where you have to. It's a long walk even before you get to the gangway.
Baby, it's definitely a mile and a half. Like, you literally, get off this escalator. What's it called? Escalator? Yeah, little stairs that go whoop, like that. You go through security. Great. Not a problem. Security don't take that long. It kind of makes you feel like it's a crowded TSA pre-check. Yeah. It's really not that long. But when you leave from that, you get to see the ladies with the big Mickey hands going, high five them, and that's cute. And then you have to walk around and around and around and around and around. it's like the longest walk just to get to the gangway. Like, you know how Carnival and Royal had that middle gangway where you get, halfway you get, boom, it's right there. No, Mickey's down a long hallway. You basically almost at the end of that hallway to get on there. Please be mindful. Wear some good tennis shoes. Some Dr. Scholl's soles in your shoe. Baby. And if you are a lady, please let them women that do your feet understand and know. You might have to do a lot of walking. You don't want them to get your feet down all the way where it's super smooth, because that's what I did. And by the time I got to the room, my feet were on fire. Baby, when I tell you, oh my God. Yeah. I underestimated everything I planned before I went on this cruise. Like, seriously, ladies, if you go get a pedicure before you go on a cruise, especially this one in particular with the longer terminal, it's the one without the Mickey ears, if that makes sense. If you've been on a Disney cruise before, it's the one without the Mickey ears that you go through to get to the gangway. Oh, the funnel, excuse me. Be careful and be mindful, because when I tell you the side of my feet was like ridiculously in pain, holy crap. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Gotcha. Okay, so next thing was on Embarkation Day was the mustard drill. I feel like Disney is still behind on the old days before COVID, how mustard drill used to be. If you compare it to Royal or Carnival or any other cruise line, normally they have your mustard drill inside, not outside.
Yeah.
And it's more on your. You can watch videos on your phone and do your mustard drill through your phone or check in. Disney was a little different.
Way too different.
It was very chaotic. You had some people mustard drills were outside on the deck, and then you had some people mustard drills were actually inside. When we got to our mustard drill, it was inside, but we didn't have much of a lot of directions on where to go.
Right. And
everybody was all over the place, running out the elevator. The elevators were packed. You get off on your floor and it's crowded, and it was just a mess. And a lot of people were upset. And can you imagine adults being upset, but also the children getting upset because it's just everything all over the place. We finally, after asking about, I don't know, about 5 times where we go in the same area, we were right there near our muster drill. We just didn't have any body effectively leading us where to go.
Right.
So we actually our muster drill ended up being in one of the dining rooms, which was the World of Marvel dining room.
Right.
And as you can see, Sierra put some clips there of how that was, and people had bags all over the place, and it was when you talk about herding cattle,
yes.
it was herding cattle
yes.
Through there. And then the same video for the muster drill they had playing in your room.
Y'all, I don't mean to interrupt. Why? Mickey, let's talk about this. I thought it was cool. I thought we got along just fine. Why? Let me tell you something. Before we even decided to go to the muster drill, per usual, we go to the room and we put our things down that we have, like our carry-ons and stuff. Like, why not? Like, we've been traveling on the airport since, God, we got us at 4 something that morning.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 1, 2, actually, muster drill was at 3 something, 3:30, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
That's a long day already, okay? Then we have all these festivities afterwards. But, like, I don't want to carry my carry-on. I don't know how some folks took that thing with them to muster drill, but God bless you. Hey. So we decided to take our things to the room. As you saw in the previous video, on day 1, we took things to the room. He saw his birthday surprises, all that type of great stuff. That was great, right? Okay, cool. I remember seeing the TV, and it had the muster drill instructions on it, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, why are we going to muster drill when all this is already on TV? Because if you go to Royal, things like that, and please do not judge us because we are frequent Carnival and Royal cruisers, okay? Mm-hmm. This is our first Disney cruise. I am sorry. That's what I got to compare it to. Sorry. But, usually when we go to other cruise lines, they have, whatever is on the TV, but also there's like a little video on your phone. You can check in through your phone, all those types of things. All I have to do is go find the guy and say, hey, I'm here. He sees me. He checks my little card. Boop, boop, boop. We're in. That's it. Like, what's happening, Mickey? What's happening? For real. When we left that room to go to our muster drill, it was so chaotic. It was the biggest circus. Like, they did better than Cirque du Soleil. Okay? It was a circus, honey. Okay? I'm not kidding. There was people going everywhere. People trying to figure out what section they are in. And granted, we're in a section that's S, right? So we found another couple. Shout out to them. We see if they're in here, YouTube land. Hey, y'all. We found another couple, and they was in section S too. And so we're asking, like, Disney cast members, or I think that's what they call them, cast members. Hey, where's section S? I don't know if the man heard X because we got a country accent or not. But, baby, we outside. I'm like, why we outside? This is not S. This is X. Where you supposed to be going? You go back inside, you go on the other side, ask another person. It's on that side. It's on that side. We literally swap sides. Mm-hmm. Like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
It was insane. On top of that, people's everywhere, so you're trying to get through the crowd. On top of that, where they have the muster drill for a section like R through X, there's some that's outside, like X, Y, W, T, stuff like that. But RS, like those folks, was inside the World of Marvel restaurant, right? Outside World of Marvel restaurant is elevator. So when we came off the elevator, we were met with a crowd of people, okay? Then there's stairs. There's a herd of people going this way towards the steps. And then there's a herd of people turning around from the inside of World of Marvel because they don't want you to go off the elevator to go there. They want you to go off the elevator to go around the hallways to get there. Now, granted, if you had some people, some old grandmas up there, no offense to black ones, because we already know how they do, that was like, baby, we gotta go over here. Go on this way, over there. We would have had it smooth, okay? It would have been great, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a freaking nightmare. I'm sitting here like, yo, Mickey, you better fix this because this is not it. Baby, I don't ever want to go another doggone muster drill like that ever again. That was the worst muster drill of my freaking traveling life. No, ma'am. No, sir. Please, Mickey, fix that mess. Okay? Like, it was ridiculous. You got kids just losing it because they frustrated. They want to go to the pool. They want to eat. Fix it, Mickey. Like, seriously. We get up in there. All that walking around. All that going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Back and forth. And back and forth. Literally. We finally get in there. We sit down at a table. And, obviously got other folks in there sitting at the table. So, we're just frustrated. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody's just, like, out of it. And they turn on that doggone video. It's the same doggone video y'all had in the room. And I'm sitting here like, why are we here? And then on top of that, they didn't even finish the video. They let us leave before the video was over. I'm like, well, dog, if I
people were just running out.
If it's my first cruise and I didn't go to my room yet before I went to the muster drill, and I went to the muster drill, I wouldn't have got all the information that I need just in case of emergency, because you're telling me to leave. What? It was insane. Literally, one thing I'll never forget is that when we was getting out of World of Marvel through their back door, which takes you to the outside, there was folks that was on top deck or whatever restaurant they had to go to, and they was walking beside us, and this old lady said, that was the most stupidest, dumbest thing ever. And she felt that way. How y'all think we felt? It was insane. I said, never again. Like, honestly, that can turn you off from going on a Disney cruise ship, because if that's what y'all first impression is, what in the world you got later on? Granted, they did good. They did good.
Everything was smooth sailing. After that,
they did good.
Had a good time.
They did well until
the end.
Debarkation. Oh, let's talk about Debarkation, you guys. Are we going
to talk about that?
Well, we are, because I think that people should know, because I feel like everybody put Mickey and anything with Disney into this perfect mindset and this perfect light. And I'm not saying that what had happened is a bad look on the franchise. I think it's a bad look on the person. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like, you can't do mess and not expect that thing to come back to you. Even if you don't believe in the Bible says what? Do unto others you would have them do unto you. And if you don't believe in the Bible, what you say? Karma is a bitch. Okay then. So at the end of the day, it's come back to you, baby. Right. So, before I even get there, can we talk about the food real quick on the Disney Wish? I do want to mention this because, there's a small little snippet that folks will tell you about on Embarkation Day when it comes to food. Mm-hmm. Everything ain't open. Let's just talk about
that. So before we went, I looked at some other videos on YouTube, and people were talking about the places you can eat. Normally, you can go eat at like their buffet, and then they said that you can go to one of their restaurants like the Marvel or the Roy, the 1923 restaurants. When we got on our sailing, we got on the ship. Those restaurants weren't even open for us to go in. So everybody had to go to the buffet, which is, what's the name of the buffet? Cabanas?
It's Marceline Market.
Marceline Market. Cabanas is on another ship, sorry. It was Marceline Market, and then the Festival of Foods, Mickey's Festival of Foods.
Those are your only two options.
Only two options.
Please understand, those are your only two options. The Marceline Market is in the aft, while the Festival of Foods is in the forward.
But midship as well. It's kind of weird how it's designed, but yeah.
It's not really midship.
You don't think so?
They don't even have elevators in the midship,
yeah.
Which we're going to talk about in the next video for plus size cruiser. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that you need to know, baby, and I'm here to inform you and let you know, okay? I'm here to give you all the tea and all the things you need to know. But yeah, it's interesting because when you get on the ship, mm-hmm. they're like, "Oh, don't forget to get lunch," which I think is cool.
Food. Yeah,
that's
and
nice.
They tell you where the food is.
Yeah, because some people don't think about that. You have kids. The kids want to eat. The kids want to get in the pool. They don't care about mustard drill. Kids don't care about that. We care about that. We need to know about those things because safety's first. But like once you're on the ship, they're like, "What do you want to eat? We have burgers and fries. Then we have seafood." And you know me, I'm gonna go for seafood. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go for the seafood. And they're like, oh, it's on the aft, or the whatever's on this side. Like they'll direct you on where to go. Okay, just know that there's no midship elevators. So when you are getting in that joint, excuse me, I don't mean the joint, excuse me, the atrium. When you go on the, when you get on the atrium is that whole thing, like a promenade for Royal is your atrium that has all the like statues and the cutesy Disney princesses. So that's where they come out at, is the quote unquote promenade area. You're gonna either go left or right. Take your pick. Now, granted, yes, Marceline Market is good for Embarkation Day.
Yeah.
But please understand, trying to find a chair to sit at was horrible. Like, yo, I was horrid. I was like, yo, is it me or like, all y'all want seafood in here today?
It was like a musical chair situation.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was absolutely insane. Now, granted, the food was good. I got crab claws and shrimp. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
But I could have definitely easily had me one of them Donald tacos. Oh God.
Yeah. So I think one of the best places to eat on that Disney Wish is the Mickey's and Friends Festival of Foods. Yeah.
Absolutely, hands down. Ridiculous. We went twice.
Barbecue,
as you saw.
Barbecue is good.
Yes.
I mean, the hamburgers, the tacos.
Yes. Yes, I suggest going to the Festival of Foods your Embarkation Day. Honestly, because it's pretty much a grab and go type thing. Yeah, it is. You're not really like looking at every bar to see what's there.
Yeah, it's like a food court, food truck style.
Yes,
what they have. So yeah,
it's I suggest that. I think it's a lot quicker.
Yeah,
because you're not. I mean, even if you have a bunch of tables and chairs already, like people are sitting at, I can go sit by the pool. I can go sit in a lounger or something. I can go to a different deck with my food. Instead of me having to be subjected to the Marceline Market where there's tons of folks, and it just, yeah, that was crazy. That was insane. But hey, Marceline Market in the morning time, baby. Oh, them churro Mickey waffles. We're not gonna talk about it, but just know them things was bomb, and they're at the kids section. Okay, that's the main tip. Go get that. Okay, just saying. But anyway, enough about food. I do want to talk about Debarkation, and this is where things got super sour for me. Yeah. I'm like, how am I going to explain this thing to you guys? I do want to give a disclaimer. This is nothing against the Disney Cruise Line franchise. I thoroughly enjoyed my cruise. I thought it was a great time. I do think that, hey, there are people that don't have no integrity that work there. Let's just be real, okay? So what happened was, babe got robbed. Yeah. Yep. You heard it. He got robbed. Yeah. So here's the story. Story time. So what happened was, the last night, as you guys saw, I was in the room by myself. Because he was watching one of the Captain America's new movies in the theater. I left him there because I was exhausted. I was tired. I was like, it's time to go to bed. I can't do this no more. So I'm in there laying in the bed. He comes in. I said, babe, do you want to go ahead and pack your stuff? Actually, no. Let's rewind a little bit. When we was getting ready to go to dinner, for one, we had a night full of activities. Full of activities. The timeline that we had did not give us enough time to come back to the room and pack our big luggage. That had to be outside your door by 10 o'clock, like any other cruise line, right? So we decided, let's get our things packed up previous. So before dinner, we packing all our things, and he says, babe, I want to go ahead and get our waitresses and room attendants and all of their tips, right? Now, granted, we already prepaid tips, but we like to do a little extra for those that, we enjoy, that we feel like give us good service. Why not? And he was messing and fumbling around with it. And at that moment, I said, baby, we finna be late for dinner because we had dinner at World of Marvel. I said, let's go ahead and go to dinner. After everything, you can go ahead and do that. Because I knew 9 times out of 10, these folks ain't going to get their stuff till the morning anyway, right? Cool. He said, fine, let's roll, right? Now, when he was doing this, he had his wallet. His wallet was on the desk, okay? Now, we went to dinner. Activities, like I said, I came back to the room first, okay? So when I came back to the room, I knew that our carry-on bags needed to be packed, so I went ahead and packed my bag, and then I laid down. Now, I advise you, obviously, someone came into our room after we left, to go out to dinner because we had a towel animal on the bed, So I'm like, okay, cool, not a big deal. When he comes in that night, about 1, 2 something, I said, babe, do you want to go ahead and pack your carry-on? He said, no, I'm tired. I'll do it in the morning. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. I wish he would have checked in. Because the next morning, we get up, we're showering. I'm done showering. I'm making sure that everything is good to go. He's taking a shower. I'm packing up the little bit of things that he needs in his carry-on. That way he doesn't have to stress too tough. I just wanted to make sure that we end this 40th birthday on a good note. Yeah, he goes over to the desk. He grabs his things so we can go to breakfast and says, babe, did you see my wallet? Like I told y'all, that wallet was in that room. Before we went to dinner the night before. So how I walked out, I really feel like it said Bon Voyage took a cruise ship back to the United States before us. Or it just said man overboard and jumped off the doggone ship because where the heck it went. It got legs and jumped. Seriously. So at this point, I'm trying to stay calm. Because in my mind, I'm saying, if I freak out, it's going to ruin our morning. I don't want to kirk out right now. But we need to find it. So at that moment, I'm sitting there like, God, please, just let us find this thing. Please let him find it. And he's looking everywhere. So I'm directing him, baby, did you look at this? You look at that? He said, I looked. So I'm thinking in my mind, well, maybe, just maybe, when we was packing up the big stuff, the big luggage, the night before, he probably put it in there without thinking. Because you do things unconsciously, right? So we decided, okay, let's go ahead and leave. Let's go to breakfast. We'll check the luggage at terminal because we had to get on Disney Transport anyway, right? Cool. When we're leaving out the room, we see our room attendant, John. We see him. We tell him what happened. We can't find the wallet. He's like, oh, let me go check. So he's looking behind things and stuff in our room. Still can't find it. So I said, okay, we're going to check at terminal and see if his wallet's in the luggage. We go to breakfast. We leave breakfast. We get down to the terminal. And he's checking. And there's no wallet in the luggage. At this moment, all sirens is going off my head like, there is no way this is happening. Because I advise you guys, we took a plane to Florida. We did not drive. We took a plane to Florida. We got to have the ID. We got to have all this stuff. Like, where is it? On top of that, we got bank cards. So we have a life here in Charlotte. We got bank card stuff in his wallet. Now, granted, you can eliminate, you can, what is it called? Like reset, eliminate, stop, pause, everything on that. But like, there's certain cards that, yeah, it's not what you really want in your wallet on a trip, which, by the way, that ain't happening again. I'm making sure from now on, I'm in charge. I'm the boss. I'm the head mistress. You got it? You got it. I'm taking care of it. I'm making sure that I'm never going to miss it again. But whatever. Anyway, so he is checking his bags. He can't find it. So we obviously brought attention to ourselves because there's like a bunch of stuff going outside. Babe's just like, look at doing stuff. And these ladies came over, what's going on? We're explaining. They're like, we're going to talk to guest services and lost and found. So like, we had to get out the terminal because we were like literally the next to last like people to get out the terminal. That's how long we was in there looking through the bags. I didn't realize it. I advise you also, the Donald terminal, child, why is it so far away? Like I said, we're going to talk about this in the next video because this is ridiculous. Anyway, so he's looking for it. He can't find it. They're going to call lost and found. They take us outside because the terminal is now closed. That's how long we was waiting. Granted, thankfully, the Disney Transport was waiting on us because they had to take us back to the airport. So that was a good thing. But I knew darn well I wasn't going no doggone well until we get the dang on wallet back because we need that wallet. That is his wallet. This is the man of the house wallet. Are you kidding? We need that, right? Okay, cool. So they said, oh, they found it. So now I'm like relieved. Yes, they found it. Woo! Yeah. So we get the wallet back. They give it to him in a Ziploc bag. with a paper
that
that
filled out.
they filled out from like something from an Excel sheet, right? Cool, not a problem. I'm not sure if it was Lost and Found that did it or guest services, whichever. Fine, great. So I'm thinking we need to get on this doggone thing so we get to the airport because we gotta get on a flight within like another hour and a half or so, right? Take us 45 minutes to get to the airport. We gotta go, right? Okay, cool. So we get on the bus. Babe's looking at his stuff. I'm relieved. I'm just like, let's just get on this plane and go back to Charlotte, baby. I'm ready to get home. Y'all, it wasn't even 5 minutes later. It wasn't even 5 minutes after we done pulled away from the terminal. And he says, babe, there's no money in here. Child.
Yeah.
When I tell you all hell's fury came through my body, I felt like Dr. Facilier mixed with Cruella and Ursula all on top of it. And then put a little dash of Maleficent. I was ready to do a bombs over Baghdad. That's how mad I was. Because, for one, you spend too much money on this cruise for somebody to play in your face like that. That is ridiculous. So now I'm like, well, let me see the paper. Because I want to see the paper. Because it has to have details on this paper. The paper literally has who found it, where they found it. Was it filled in? No. So whoever found it, and where they found it did not list where they found it and who they were. So we cannot report who they are. And then the details of the wallet tells you it's a white wallet. It's a Coach wallet. It's all this cutesy stuff, right?
Capital One card.
Capital One. All these kinds of cards in there. Then it says a little spot, money. Mm-hmm. And it's highlighted. Now, granted, I don't care about how much. Well, okay, yes, I do. Let me stop. I care about how much money was in the wallet because number one, at the end of the day, it's his. And my thing is, don't play with him. You play with him, you play with me. Okay? So, at that moment, I was like, okay, it's a little bit, tiny bit of dollars. So we think. Because I had no idea how much it was in his wallet before we left to go on the ship. We don't have to use cash on the ship. So whatever he got in his wallet is in his wallet. I don't know how much it was. It wasn't a big amount. Cool. But where the hell's the money? Hey, somebody called Carmen San Diego because where she went with the money. Because I'm sitting like, it's even highlighted money. And it tell you how much it is. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's the principal. It's literally the principal. Y'all had no idea. That money, that cash that was in there was supposed to pay for the waitresses, the room attendants, all these things. Like, we had great customer service. Do you know how it feels to be a tipper and you can't tip the folks that you actually like had great interaction with? On top of that, the people that we had interaction with were like super nice. Mm-hmm. They gave us their life story, all this stuff, and I'm like, I really would love to bless these folks, but how? Because somebody stole their blessing. And I don't know who the heck pitting cotton in it behind tail did that, but it's come back, baby. That was some messed up stuff. That didn't really bother me. It still bothers me because what I did was when I came back, I called Lost and Found. Mickey, fix it. Because what I did was I called Lost and Found. First of all, I called guest services. They said call Lost and Found. I called Lost and Found. I do report all this for the voicemail. I sent an email. Did they contact me back? Heck no. That is what pisses me off. Now, will this stop me from going on to other Disney cruises? No. I'm going to still go on other Disney cruises. But y'all got to tighten up. And I really hope this video gets over to one of you guys. I did in Disney World Land, Disneyland Land. I don't care. Disney Cruise Resort, whatever. I hope whoever is a CEO, CEO, whatever, can see this here and understand my frustration. And I don't know who in the world took that money. And that money wasn't a whole lot of money. Let me tell you something, baby. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And if you ain't felt the fire yet, you're going to feel it. And I'm sorry for you. That's ridiculous. Who out here stealing from families on a Disney cruise? I really feel like there's a great chance that our room attendant found our wallet, gave it to Lost and Found. Whoever was supposed to bring that wallet from Lost and Found to us in that terminal took that money. Because how did Lost and Found know how much was in that wallet? That means if John found it, John gave it to Lost and Found with the money in it. Whoever bought it from Lost and Found to that terminal took that money. And God bless you, Chad. God bless you. I hope that freaking money was worth it. That's how mad I am. I'm still a little salty. Pray my trust in the Lord. But anywho, that's how our embarkation, our muster drill, and our debarkation went. I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know it's a lot. I know. But it had to be said. I mean, baby, you got any comments, anything? I mean, it was your wallet.
Yeah. I mean, I was glad that they didn't steal like my credit cards and bank cards.
Right.
That was the main part. But
right.
Yeah, it was $29, but it was the principle of the thing.
Like petty money.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's petty money to me. Let me say that.
But somebody else, $29 to somebody else can be a lot to them.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Especially for being out of the country. Yeah. That's a lot of money. Like, shoot. So yeah, it's just. It was a little much. It was a little much.
But it teaches me a lesson just to like make sure I'm on top of everything when it comes to my wallet and everything.
And give your wallet to your wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, because I don't want to ever go through that again. I feel like it wasn't his fault. Honestly, it really wasn't. It's in his room.
Yeah, or put it in the safe. I don't know. Yeah,
it's that simple. So that's the end of this vlog, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy our Disney Wish playlist so far. Yeah. Our little series has been an interesting one, to say the least. But I am going to give you guys a video for plus size cruises on the Disney Wish or cruise line, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's for us bigger people, and I think that there was some things I didn't know that I'm glad I found out along the way, and I feel like you guys should know for your future cruise. So check out that video coming soon. We love you guys. Yeah. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all give the video a thumbs up. That helps out the channel a lot. And don't forget, if you're ready to go on your next vacation, cruise, all-inclusive resort, wherever you want to go, let me know in the comments below. You will see in the description my website and contact information. Hope I can hear from one of y'all soon.
There you have it, guys. We love you. See you later. Bye.
Bye.